Welcome back to CryptosRus. I'm George. We're all George. So, Cointelegraph, they seem to be breaking a lot of FUD news. They reported 3 hours ago that Tether may be needing to sell a lot of their Bitcoin because of the proposed U.S. stablecoin rules. And Tether, not in such a good place. They are not compliant with the MiCA laws of Europe. So a lot of the exchanges had to delist Tether in Europe. They're trying to comply with, I'm hoping they're trying to comply with the U.S. stablecoin rules. Otherwise, Ripple's stablecoin will be the dominant one. And of course, we still have Circle, which is making a lot of inroads with a lot of chains and exchanges right now. But I don't know why they would need to sell their Bitcoin. Maybe because the new stablecoin rules dictate that you have to have a boatload of cash, like 1-to-1, for example. Tether, if you look at their treasury, is not 1-to-1. They have a large holding of Bitcoin and other assets that's not technically cash. So I could see how they would need to sell off Bitcoin, or they don't need to sell off Bitcoin. They just need to add more cash into their treasury, right? So it doesn't necessarily mean they need to sell Bitcoin. But this is, this is of course written as a FUD story, so it could get as much views as possible. But I mean, there is a chance. But most likely Tether will figure out a way. They're making money hand over fist. Every quarter they are making tens of billions of dollars. So if they need to supplement their treasury with more dollars, they could easily do so. So I don't think it's going to be an issue. But again, we will see. That's 2 days in a row Cointelegraph is causing a lot of fun. All right. Outside of this, what else is going on? Well, something else that is unrelated and kind of related to crypto is Elon and DOGE. Elon is still at it in terms of getting rid of the fat from the agencies, I guess. He wants to delete entire agencies that are just eating up a lot of our budget and costing a lot of taxpayers a lot of money. And he actually started putting tweets on the Doge website. It actually tells you exactly what he's doing and how much he's saving and so forth. So it's pretty cool. You could follow his thing here. And I don't know, he took over the Department of Education Act because he's tweeting directly from there in terms of the wasted taxpayer dollars. Like, for example, $3 million to write a report that showed prior reports were not utilized by schools. It sounds bad, but I think it's probably more than that. But who knows? But anyways, kind of interesting. A lot of people do not like what he's doing. And Tesla stock is certainly not doing well since he started doing this. All right. But with this, it has a lot of people questioning the U.S. government and its inefficiencies. So now the Federal Reserve could be next. So are we going to get a Federal Reserve audit? And if so, is that going to shake confidence in the US dollar and boost Bitcoin confidence? Imagine that. What if you audited Federal Reserve and found discrepancies and found that a lot of things missing. In fact, I don't know how true this is. Trump recently said that the US deficit was not as bad as it seems, that the numbers are actually wrong. We're not $36 trillion in the hole. It's actually less than that. I don't know how you would get that wrong, or what accounting, that we go by that would say that that's wrong. But a full audit would kind of prove that, I guess. But if we did do some kind of audit and it turns out the numbers were wrong for a long time, or they were wrong all along or something, it would go to prove once again that you really can't trust governments. You really can't trust central banks. You really can't trust people in charge, people with power that are in charge of these institutions. And I think more people will understand. That's why you need something like Bitcoin. You need to hold Bitcoin because power and greed will always be there, and irresponsible printing and spending will always be there. Inflation will always be there. Holding fiat long term is the worst thing one can do. It locks people in to a 9 to 5 basically for their entire lives. And that is what the system is programmed to do. You go to school and you're programmed to work for the rest of your life until you retire. And the retirement age keeps getting pushed up and up and up because things are getting more and more expensive, and your dollar goes less and less and less as time goes on. The system is programmed to do that. The way to opt out of that is to hold assets that actually outperform inflation. And if you can do that, then you're golden. Then you can break free from this system that will forever be the same way, and it'll only get worse. All right, I went on a tangent there. What else is good? The National Bank of Canada has purchased $2 million of Bitcoin ETFs. Not Bitcoin, but Bitcoin ETFs. That's the next best thing. I'm still waiting for Canada to become the 51st state. I think that would be cool.